welcome to Dysfunctional Systems, Orientation. So this is the visual novel that will help teach you how to manage chaos. And if you don't quite get the reference, this is the prequel to Dysfunctional Systems, Learning to Manage Chaos. This was kind of put together as like a promotional thing for the second episode. I don't remember if it actually had a name or not, but to give you a little bit of backstory, Dysfunctional Systems 1 was released. It wasn't exactly a great seller, even though it has its fan base. And there's one creepy as hell picture in the gallery on that game, but I'll leave that for another time. So, after the first game failed to meet expectations, they put a Kickstarter out for the second game. And the Kickstarter met its goal, but it was mismanaged and ultimately failed. So, development of the second chapter is supposed to be resuming soon, and I don't know if it's to placate people or to advertise exactly, they put out episode 0 here, which is Orientation. So here we have our MC, we'll probably meet her and her classmates in this, and it'll set everything up for our first mission, which will play out a variety of different ways. And I may do the first game a little bit down the road after this one. Just be aware that this is the third of 4 games that I was interested in that all came out this week. So we'll hit the new story button. A muscle spasm causes me to twitch, and I readjust my lying body in response. On a small table next to my bed, my laptop hums quietly. This laptop, in addition to the mouse resting on my head, are the only things which I have left unpacked. I'll take them on my entire trip unpacked if I'm able. Granted, I'm not using them right now, and I'm instead admiring the ceiling, but after this I'll likely spend another hour or 2 browsing the internet. Which, incidentally, was what I had just finished doing. Winter, do you want me to make you breakfast? No, Mom. Breakfast. I suppose that was my last opportunity to have a homemade meal for a while. Can't believe I'm actually going to a specialty school. I sit up, causing the mouse to slide off my head. I look to my computer while reaching for where my mouse had fallen. I look up mediators. Huh. Who would have thought there'd be such a crazy thing with nobody talking about it? I still feel like someone must be playing a joke on me. Of course it couldn't be a joke. There's too much history and official documentation available online. For mercy's sake, I even found out that there's a Department of Mediation in the government. I had no idea. But even with all this evidence, this career I've been selected for sounds damnably fake to me. Not that I'm unhappy about it, I suppose. I'm glad that I'll actually be doing something with my life, but I just feel so confused. I flop back on my bed and place my mouse on my forehead. You know, up until that last school quarter, I was so sure I was normal. I swear I was normal. So if that little flashback there is to be trusted, apparently she was appointed by Seal to be a mediator. My journey to and first day at Scala Mediatorium, Telos chapter, has been tiring and I badly need a rest. A 5-hour ride, plus a 1-hour wait, plus opening ceremonies and orientation. Altogether, they've pushed the clock to 6 p.m. I enter the foyer of my dorm building, the wheels of my suitcase making a pleasant sound as they roll across the stone floors. I have to say I find myself disappointed in our reception. The opening ceremonies were sorely lacking in information. Well, I guess it's not the point of an opening ceremony to inform, but it should be for a profession as obscure as this. Everything since my unsolicited acceptance letter has been frustratingly mysterious. Sure, I've got the gist of what mediation is from my net research, but nothing explains why I got accepted at this school without applying, or why no one talks about what seems to be a particularly wild and dangerous career option. I look at my suitcase. Is it too much to ask for some order in this? For some reason, some sense. Give me a break. Though I guess I don't have the right to complain. I accepted being accepted, after all. Regardless, I'm exhausted. I need to get to my room. It should be somewhere on this floor. I hope my roommate isn't in. I'd kinda like to have some time to relax and prepare myself for what will surely be an awkward interaction. I keep my eyes glued to the stone floors as I make my way to the place I'll be living for the next 4 years. I hope we'll be friends. As I open the door and step inside, I'm disappointed to find someone already moved in. Huh? A girl, presumably my roommate, is sitting at a desk, book in hand. I pause as my abysmal social skills kick in. Nervously, I smile. Hi, I'm Winter Harrison. Are you my roommate? Why did I spout my full name, not to mention my over-enthusiastic tone? And are you my roommate? Clearly she is. This is so embarrassing. So if you're coming from the first game and you weren't actually aware of this, you'll notice the art style has changed. But otherwise, yes, we have Winter and Waverly here. The girl blinks and then looks at me. You're my roommate? There's an odd incredulity in her tone. I have no idea why. Yes, I assume so. I've got the right room, right? 105? Yes, that's right. She returns to her book. I stand in the doorway for a few moments waiting for her to continue. She does not. I don't mean to be rude, but your name is... It's on the room assignment sheet, isn't it? It's Waverly Eyre. Nice to meet you, Waverly. Yeah. It seems I can't hold her attention for long. Her eyes are once again on her book. She hates me already, I'm sure of it. Well, I'm gonna unpack and stuff, I guess. Man, I should just shut up. I deposit my suitcase beside the free bed, then I flop onto said bed. I said I'd unpack, but to be honest, I'm just exhausted. It's been a long day, and I didn't sleep much last night. As I lie on the bed, my mind starts to wander. Before I know it, I end up falling asleep. Blah. I awaken what seems to be the morning, feeling appropriately gross for a person who didn't clean up before bed. I turn my head slightly and see my roommate at her desk again. For a moment, it makes me feel as I'd only slept for a few hours, but looking to the window reveals that the sun is definitely in the rising trajectory. I groan and swing my legs over the bed to adopt a seated position. Good morning. I've already forgotten her name, so I'll just let the greeting hang. She turns in her chair to face me. Morning, Winter. Oh, great, she remembered mine. That makes me feel even worse. At least her tone sounds much more friendly this morning. Maybe she was just tired yesterday. Do you know what time it is? It's around 9. I see. Thanks. If I remember correctly, all we have to do today is get our ICDs, and that doesn't happen until 10. I guess I have some time to be productive before I get ready. Sliding onto the floor, I reach over to my suitcase, open it, and start to unpack my bed stuff. The rest can wait. As I begin making my bed, I can feel Waverly's gaze on me. Whether or not it's actually on me is hard to say, since I don't have the guts to check and risk awkward eye contact. Hey. I turn to face her. Yeah? Never mind. Aw, come on, you can't do that to me. What was it? No, I'm pretty sure I can do whatever I want, thanks. I guess it isn't polite to press someone to say something they don't want to, but her response seemed excessively harsh. I returned to making my bed. Once I got the sheets in position, I toss on a pillow I brought from home and consider it done. I don't know what time it is now, but I might as well get going early. I suppose I should be considerate and invite Waverly along. I'm going to shower and then go to the ICD thing. You'll join me? In the shower? What? Oh no, I meant join me to go get our ICDs on after I shower. Oh, right, of course. I think that unless you're going to take a very long shower, I'll stay here a while longer. wasn't surprised by her answer, but still a little disappointed. Alright. Hopefully a hot shower will make me feel better. I could certainly use one at this point. Refreshed. Excellent. I'm heading out. See you later. Now, how to get to the gym? I'm pretty sure it was that building with the half-cylinder roof next to the library. Hey, cutie. Is there an exit facing that direction? I should go check it out, I guess. Hey, I'm talking to you. What's all the commotion? I turned to see a red-haired girl looking in my direction. Yes, you. Geez, not a very clever one, are you? Are all the students in this school lacking manners? Can I help you? Take off your sweater. What? I will most certainly not. She laughs at my reply. Oh well, was worth a shot. Truth is, I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm new here and trying to make friends and all that. Name's Irie. What's yours? I don't really know if I want to associate with such a delinquent, but I haven't made any friends yet, so I suppose I should take the opportunity. I'm Winter. Winter, huh? Nice to meet you, Winter. Nice to meet you. You heading to the gym as well? Will be. Waiting for my roommate, though. I guess she's prettying herself up or whatever. And she said something about adding an extra layer. An extra layer? Of clothes, I assume. It's not cold out right now, is it? Heck no. But she's from the south, and I guess it's cold to her. It's a real shame, I tell you. We're not even at the end of the season for skin. She's already covering up. You two talking about me? Oh my gosh, Madeline. What is it now, Irie? Is that a knit cap? Don't get started with me. I'm not going to have my clothes criticized by a girl who wears sunglasses indoors. You may have a point there. You know I do. I might be a little overdressed, but I look fabulous and you know it. Well, fabulous might be a little. Drop it. Anyway, who's this? I'm a little surprised at being acknowledged. I was getting ready to sneak off while they were bickering. I'm Winter Harrison. Nice to meet you. Madeline extends her hand to me and I take it. I'm Madeline. It's a pleasure. Sorry about my roommate. She said anything weird to you yet? Well, she did ask me to take my clothes off, I guess. Never happened. Sorry. We know each other from before. Irie likes to fool around to get a rise out of people. You gotta be firm with her or she won't stop. Noted. Hey, don't reveal the source of my power. I'm sorry, but you need to be contained. Contained? Fat chance! Why do I hang out with you? You know you love me. Yeah, but like, not a lot. While this is going on, I catch sight of Waverly walking toward us. I wave her down. Hey, Waverly. Hey. She looks to Irie. It's you. Yo, Waves? You two met already? We met during orientation. Anyway, you guys had better get going. If you don't leave now, you'll be late. She leaves on her own before any of us can reply. Bit of a grumpy one, isn't she? I guess so. I'm glad it's not just me that she's like that with, though. Wait, she's grumpy with you too, Winter? Yeah, ever since we met yesterday. Thought she might have been a bit friendlier this morning, but it seems I was wrong. Interesting. For what it's worth, I'm pretty sure that cold behavior was something I earned on my own. Not sure why she treat you like that, too. I've seen her be nice to people. Actually, I might have a little inkling. Really? What is it? Tell you later. Maybe. What? Don't put too much weight on that. She probably doesn't actually know. But now it's gonna bother me. Yes, and that's exactly what she wants. Anyway, let's get going. Yeah. We arrived to quite a congregation. It looks like all the new students get their ICDs on at the same time. Kevin Grant. Seems we have to wait until our names are called, which would explain why there is a loose crowd of people rather than a proper line. I'm gonna go check out where they put on the ICDs. Gotcha. See you later then. I nod and leave Madeline, who runs off to join Irie in the crowd. Personally, I'd like to see what the process is like before I have to do it, so I try to wander as close to the machine they have set up as possible. I've heard that once they're put on, you can't take them off. What the heck does that mean? Do they drill them into your wrist or something? This whole mediator profession just keeps getting weirder. I watch as this Kevin fellow walks up to the teacher manning the machine. Alright, Kevin, just wait a bit while I load up your information. Okay. Geez, that's a rather seedy-looking teacher, isn't it? Do they let Frieders work here or something? Alright, Mr. Grant, would you please put your hand into that hole in the machine to my left? That's how the thing gets on my wrist? Yes. Does it hurt or anything? You may feel a twinge in your head. In my head? Why is that? The interplanar communication device syncs with your thoughts. During the first equipping process, it needs to establish that connection. It's sometimes accompanied by a sharp or pinching feeling in your head. Alright, thanks. Kevin walks over to the machine and lifts his arm. He pauses, looking at the several wristbands that he bears. After a moment, he looks back at the teacher who waves dismissively. It's fine, don't worry about it. Okay then. With no more hesitation, Kevin pushes his hand into the machine. There's a soft whir, and after a few seconds I notice Kevin's brow furrowing. After a few more, the machine makes a confirmation sound and Kevin removes his hand. He rubs his temple. Man, that was kind of a doozy. He looks over the wristbands on his right arm before noticing a new addition among them, an ICD. Alright. Well, I guess it can't be that bad then. He seems in good spirits. You got a crush on that guy? No? Well, you're staring at him a lot. I was curious about the ICD. From her blank expression, I can already guess what she's going to do next. Don't you... Hey, you! Kevin turns along with several other students to Yeah, that's some sort of typo here. Kevin turns along with several other students to see the source of the noise. How discreet. Irie points at Kevin. Yeah, you, the one with the muscles. Can I help you? Yes, my friend here likes looking at you. Think you could pose a little for us, show off the goods? Kevin looks to me and I think he realizes that we're both victims here. No thanks. Huh? I said no thanks. To my surprise, in response to this, Irie turns to leave. Hey girl. The one with the ponytail. I don't enjoy being messed with. If that's all you've got for me, then don't bother me again. Whatever, tough guy. She storms off. I'm actually kind of embarrassed on her behalf after that exchange, but at least she got a taste of her own medicine, I guess. I suppose she still won in the end, because now I'm alone with Kevin in an awkward position. Up close, he is kind of imposing. Better start with an apology. Sorry for all that. Hey, no problem. I'm not actually mad about it. It's just, you've got to hold your ground with the bullies, or they won't ever leave you be. Madeline said something along the same lines. Yeah, you're right. I have to stop letting her get to me. I look to his wrist. So, how's the ICD? Doesn't really feel any different right now. Apparently I can use it telepathically, but I haven't tried that yet. Anyway, what's your name? Oh, right. I should probably introduce myself before asking questions. It's Winter Harrison. Oh, you'll be getting yours soon then. I think they're going alphabetically. Also, my name's Kevin Grant. Nice to meet you, Kevin. To be honest, I'm a little nervous about having mine put on. It didn't hurt, did it? No, it's more like you're uncomfortable rather than in pain. But it's not a big deal. You'll do fine. Thanks. Winter Harrison. That's me. Good luck. Thanks. I make my way to the machine, trying my best to slow my heart rate. I'm not particularly successful. Alright, Miss Harrison, just wait a bit while I load up your information. Okay. What is this guy's deal? He looks totally skeezy. I assume there's a reason for his dress, and I want to ask, but what if there isn't? I don't want to be rude to someone who might be teaching me. He taps on his tablet for a few moments. Alright, go ahead and place your hand in the machine. After a moment's hesitation, I do so. The machine whirs at my hand's presence, and immediately I feel a tingling around my wrist. Closer to it now, I can hear little machinations going on within the giant thing's housing. Suddenly, my eyes feel pressure and my head feels light. I shut my eyes, and the feeling quickly fades with a pop sensation. The machine makes its finish sound, and I remove my hand. I now have an ICD. It's too big for my wrist. In an instant, it shrinks, fitting much better. Oh. All done. Enjoy. Thanks. As I walk away, I regard the new addition to my wrist with interest. There's a codex or something in this thing, isn't there? I control it with my thoughts, right? Let's try that. I close my eyes for a moment, probably needlessly, and focus on sending a thought to the ICD. What is an ICD? A small hologram emits from the device, and I can immediately tell that from any other vantage point this projection wouldn't be noticeable. Whoa, I did it! A message appears on the screen. Welcome to your interplanar communication device, ICD Winter. Please use the command open the codex for any future queries. From there you can search out what information you'd like to read up on. Your codex is full information about the worlds you'll be visiting and the world in which we live, Earth. Always mind your codex. The codex is not the ICD's only function, however. It can also help you... It can also tell you the time of the world you're on, do calculations, keep personal memo entries, and most importantly, allow you to shift. Shifting is the process we use to move through planes. You'll be getting very familiar with it during your time here. The ICD has another very useful function, the inventory. You may now access a small pocket dimension which you may deposit and withdraw items you physically possess at will. Enjoy your ICD, and with it all the best mediation, Winter Harrison. Whoa, that's a lot of stuff. Anyway, now that I have this, I don't think there's any need for me to stick around anymore. Maybe I should go somewhere and spend some time checking it out. I look around and see that the Kevin chap I met is already gone. Waverly is also nowhere to be seen, so I assume she must have gotten hers as well. Irie and Madeline are still here, and while I wouldn't mind hanging out with Madeline, I don't think I want to deal with Irie right now. Maybe I'll go check out the cafeteria and have an early lunch. I did skip breakfast after all. Hopefully it won't be too hard to find. So before we move forward, I'll open the codex for you. So here's the welcome message. And they don't actually give you anything else at the moment. So in the first game, this holds a lot more information. As I walk to where I think the cafeteria is, I start fiddling with my ICD. I do a few calculations, check the time here and there in other nations on Earth, and make a few garbage memos that I immediately delete just to test. I try looking into the codex, but there's so many entries that I decide to restrict my perusal to specific things I'm interested in. I conclude that this ICD is very intuitive. I'm rather impressed, honestly. I should try out the inventory, but I don't have anything on my person that I'm willing to lose. I wonder if the cafeteria would mind me trying to do it on a fork or something. With some pleasure, I note that my memory of the cafeteria's location was correct. Now, for food. I'll go over to the counter and check the notice board to see what's available today. I decide on a burger and fries. Not the healthiest, I know, but I've never been good at resisting comfort food when I'm truly hungry. After being given my meal, I scan the rows of seating for someone familiar to sit with. To my surprise, I spot my roommate. I wonder if I should sit with her, though. She doesn't seem to like me much. Unfortunately, as I look at her, she looks back and we make eye contact. It would certainly be impolite to sit elsewhere now. She'd be the one to think I don't like her. I wander over. Okay if I sit with you? Well, we're already sleeping next to each other. Can't hurt to eat next to each other, too. Not exactly a friendly invitation, but I guess it counts. I sit down and begin picking at my fries. Guess I'd better make some small talk. So, where are you from? The Northwest. I wait for her to ask the same of me, but she does not. I continue on my own. The Northwest, huh? I've always wanted to visit there myself. I hear it's quite flat and full of farms and sheep and stuff. Yeah, that about sums it up. Alright, I give up. I made an effort and that's what counts. Oh, hey, winter. Kevin shows up with a tray of what looks to be mostly some kind of fish. Unfortunately, he's caught me in the middle of chewing. I can do nothing but look at him and reply. This doesn't seem to faze him as he sits down across from Waverly and I without hesitation. How's your ICD, Winter? Told you it wouldn't be too bad. I swallow and smile. Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. Kevin sticks a fork into his fish and starts chowing down. Somehow, though, he still manages to talk. Hey, you haven't tried the inventory thing by chance, have you? No, why? I stuck a pen in there to try it out, and I'm not sure how to get it back. I chuckle. Your inventory has slots for everything you put in. You have to give it the slot number you want to access before opening, otherwise it will default to an empty slot. Oh, thanks. I saw the numbers in my inventory list, but I didn't know they had a purpose. No problem. What the heck? Did Waverly just smile? There's a user's manual for the ICD in the library you can check out that's really great. All the same info is technically in the ICD, but I think it's kind of weird to have to learn how to use something by using it. It's much easier to learn from something you already know how to use, like a book, right? I can see your point there. Me and books don't really get along that well, though. I prefer to jump into things. Careful, you keep doing that, you might lose more than your pen someday. Don't worry, it was a calculated risk. If you say so. Anyway, I'm done here, so I'll see you guys later. My name's Waverly, by the way. Nice to meet you. Kevin, nice to meet you too. And see you later. See you later, Waverly. The warmth in her voice drains completely when she answers me. See you. Waverly leaves our table, and once she's out of earshot, Kevin turns to me. Jeez, what'd you do to her? Right? That's what I want to know. She's treated me like an annoyance ever since we met. She's my roommate, by the way. And you're pretty sure you didn't do anything to her? I think for a moment, but can't come up with anything. Pretty sure, yeah. Well, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Sometimes there are people who just won't like you. I guess. She is my roommate, though, so I'd like it if we could get along. Yeah, I get you. Can't force people to feel a certain way, though. Yeah. I was wondering before if she was just like that with everyone. Well, she was pretty friendly with me. Yeah, but you're... I blush at what I almost say before deciding to back down. Easy to get along with. I could say the same for you. Thanks. How's your roommate anyway? Oh, Io's great. We've got a lot in common. We're both into sports and exercise. He even agreed to go on runs with me sometimes. You know, thinking about it, you kind of remind me of him. He's into sports and exercise, and yet I remind you of him? Not in that way, I guess, but in other ways. If you say so. I'll introduce you sometime. Maybe after class tomorrow. He's likely to be busy for the rest of the day. His last name is Ukalik, so it'll probably take him a while to get to his ICD. Ouch. There's a few moments of silence as I eat the last of my fries. Guess I'm finished. Alright, I'll be seeing you around then. Yep. As I return my tray, I reflect that it seems I may have made my first normal friend. Although he does strike me as the sort of person that's more or less everyone's friend. Oh well, it's a start. Couldn't think of anything to do after lunch, so I went with my default activity, browsing the web in bed. The hours have passed, but Waverly still hasn't returned. I guess she's more adventurous than I am. I feel kind of bad that it's my first day at a new school and I'm wasting it alone in my room, but I did have quite a bit of social activity this morning. It's getting close to supper time too, and I'm likely to see someone I know in the cafeteria when I return there. I comfort myself with this thought as I read random useless facts on the internet. Did you know that 16 northern continents could fit into the Centerlands? I didn't. Is it in any way useful knowledge? Maybe, if you run a quiz show or something. I sigh and close my laptop cover. I ate lunch early, and now I'm getting hungry early. I should probably leave now and eat something lighter and healthier than I did before. Yeah, let's do that. I get a salad and some fruit this time. I'll probably need a snack later to feel properly full, but this will do for now. I spot Kevin at the same table as before, but he's eating with another girl this time. Is he a bit of a player? Come to think of it, I haven't seen him hanging around any guys. Maybe I haven't made as good of a friend as I thought. No reason to be so presumptuous, though. He's still my best option unless I want to eat alone. Yo. Winter, nice timing. Have a seat and meet my roommate. I sit down next to him. Is he going to be coming soon or something? What? No, he's sitting across from me. Yo. Is this a joke? That's a girl, right? Does this school allow co-ed dorm rooms? No, Ayo's a dude. Am I, though? I'm kidding. I know I look pretty feminine, but trust me, I'm a boy. I can prove it if you want. So, anyone else getting some Shun vibes from Here's Greenwood? And I don't think I read that line, but alright, that's enough teasing, Ayo. If you insist. I'm sure getting picked on a lot lately. I'm still not positive the whole roommate thing is a joke, but I guess if they're sticking to it, I'll have to believe them. Gender aside, it's nice to meet you, Ayo. Likewise, Winter. I stuff my fork into my salad. On another note, something's been bothering me. Is it okay if I ask you guys a bit of a weird question? What's up? Did either of you guys actually apply to be a mediator? I didn't. How about you, Kevin? Nope. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I wonder how we were selected then. I just assumed it was a result of our aptitude tests. Me too. That could be. Personally, I thought that maybe because mediating was such an obscure profession, they just accepted whoever wasn't accepted elsewhere. Quite the self-esteem you got there, girlie. Yeah. With my question answered, I start eating more seriously. This mediator profession truly is full of oddities. The selection process is strange, the students are strange, the equipment is strange. I mean, I had no idea something like telepathy could be used to control technology. Okay, I know it's technically neural integration, but that just sounds like a fancy word for telepathy to me. Why isn't it used outside of mediating? It seems really useful. While I continue to ponder this, Ayo and Kevin finish their food and head off to check out the gym's facilities. I'm left alone with my thoughts and a bowl of strawberries. I consume them slowly. To be honest, I'm just taking my time because I'm not sure what to do after this. Should I just go back to my room and browse the internet some more? I was kind of hoping to break some of my old habits at the school. I did overhear some students talking about a rec room on the first floor of the dorms. I should go take a look. That's what a healthy, sociable person would do, right? Right. I quickly finish my berries and return my tray before leaving. I can't read what this says. Oh, hey, this is actually pretty nice. Some comfy chairs, a widescreen TV, foosball, and that arcade machine. I used to play that game all the time at camp when I was younger. I want to try it again, but unfortunately it's already being used by another student. I take a position to the side of the machine and I'm about to announce my dibs on the next game when I'm distracted by his clothes. Oh my gosh, that hoodie is adorable! Huh? Oh shit. The machine's game over sound plays. Oh no, I'm sorry, I distracted you. Whatever, I'm just about ready to do something else anyways. Jeez, I said whatever, it's not a big deal. I just wanted to try it out anyway, it doesn't matter if I win. Oh, have you never played this one before? Never been one for arcade games. Computer games are way better nowadays anyway. That's true, I guess. I just like this one because I played it when I was younger. Oh yeah? You like games? I play them sometimes. but probably not enough to claim I like them. I see. Well, if you ever want to play something sometime, I brought a console along with me that we could plug into the TV. Sounds like fun. I'll keep it in mind. Cool. On another note, you wouldn't mind telling me where you got that hoodie, would you? It's cute. I don't know how I feel about you calling it cute, but I made it. You made that? It looks great. Thanks. If you ever make another one or something like it, you should let me know. I'd buy it. Well, I'm not likely to make another one for a while since I didn't bring any of my supplies. But maybe I'll make another when I get home. Anyway, I have to go. Some people are expecting me to log on for a raid. Okay. Well, it was nice meeting you. I'm Winter, by the way. What's your name? Name's Jack. Anyway, see you later. Later. Jack waves half-heartedly and takes off in a hurry. Which means it's time for... Oh no, I drifted away from the machine while talking to Jack and now someone else has claimed it. Phew. I spent a long time playing that game, and today's events have finally caught up to me. Feeling pretty tired and overwhelmed, and a little homesick to top it all off. At least my roommate's still out, that's nice. Flopping onto my bed, I decide to just browse the codex. Starting tomorrow, I begin my training to become a mediator. I hope this turns out to be the right place for me. Winter, get up. What? I turn my head to see Waverly staying over me. I don't know about you, but I've got class in 20 minutes. You should wash up and get going. You're waking me up for class? What's that supposed to mean? Never mind. I flip the covers off of me. I'll just go like this. Waverly shakes her head. What's your first class? History of mediation. Alright, well, I've got social studies. You're on your own. I'm heading out. Put on an alarm next time. Got it. Well, she doesn't hate me enough to let me oversleep on my first day, at least. I go on to wash my face and brush my teeth and head out. I arrived rather early and took a seat near the center of the class. It's taken a bit, but now class is starting. Hello, new students. My name is Henry Penn. I will be your History of Mediation teacher for the semester. I will also be your Chaotic Forces instructor, which should be your last class today. To start, I will tell you all in the simplest terms what exactly mediation is. Mediation is the process of recognizing and resolving a conflict in another plane, system, or society. Though I suppose before getting into that, it must be said that other planes exist in the first place. A plane is more or less a container for another reality, and the possibilities for other realities are limitless. Planes are chaotic in nature due to the chaotic energies which birth them. Every plane is somewhat different from the next, and none of them share the exact qualities as ours. The people are different, the environments are different. Magic can exist, as can scientific advancement beyond your wildest imagination. But we know of only us who possess the ability to traverse these planes, thanks to the invention of transplanar engines and our ICDs. Speaking of which, have all of you become acclimated to your ICDs? Absolutely not. If you haven't yet, that's fine. It may take you a while. Many of you won't even have to use them until next weekend. I suppose you're talking about the shadowings we do with our mentors, the graduated mediators. I'm among the many here who don't start this weekend. So on to mediation itself. You may be surprised to learn that we've been mediating other worlds since the 50th century. Excuse me? What? We've been doing this stuff for 20,000 years? That's right, Mr. Summers. A little over, in fact. And on that note, let's get to the real meat and potatoes of this class. In 4966, we first sent people into other planes. The first people sent were NEETs. This curious statement prompts me to speak up. What could a NEET be, I wonder? So, if you've been following the Akiba's Beat thing, you had this term spammed at you like no tomorrow. So it's an acronym for Not in Employment, Education, or Training. And it means exactly that, as someone who's not working or preparing to work.
Needs are quite rare in Earth and society today, with only 1 in 100 million people falling under the classification worldwide. Due to their rarity, there are many misconceptions about needs. For instance, some believe the term need to be synonymous with recluse, however this is not always the case. Many needs do withdraw from society out of shame, a feeling of not fitting in, or for other reasons, but it should be stressed that the term refers only to the state of their professional lives. Historically, needs were more common in society than they are today. However, under the unification of the world's governments in 3335, and the work for all policies enacted shortly after, their numbers declined. This reduction was made possible by the creation and allocation of part-time work, which required little to no education. This meant that anyone willing to work could do so and be rewarded. The term for those who make use of this pool of part-time work is freeter. It's common to say that the first mediators were needs, and this is true. However, there were some mediators recruited from the general population before the profession was formalized. The need to recruit from the working public was due mostly to a lack of significant population of needs. Surprisingly, needs fared better in their role than the general public. There has been much study of this discrepancy, leading to the general conclusion that the traits which make it difficult for needs to participate in Earth society make it easier for them to function in the societies of other worlds. In any case, in 4990, when mediation was formalized as a profession and added to the decision system, needs were no longer recruited to become mediators. Their decline in numbers has continued since then. I thought needs quickly dissipated after the establishment of the world government. The percentage of those not in employment, education, or training certainly dropped after the Union of Nations and approval of the decision system, but it wasn't completely eliminated. That information has been subconsciously censored by society. Really? I feel like I've read it in textbooks. Isn't that the censoring at work, Mistress Harrison? The textbooks mention perhaps the decline of needs, but not their absolute dissolution. Although, certainly in time, they may come to be largely replaced by freeders. This information is freely available, but isn't it a happier truth to believe that since the world became one, there were no more social problems? So you should already know this one from what we just went over. Freeder refers to a person in society who sporadically works government-supplied part-time jobs. This meaning became popular after the passage of the Work for All Act in the year 3338. However, the word predates the act. Its prior meaning was a person who worked temporary or unstable jobs, mainly outside of the formal economy, mowing lawns, repairing computers, etc. It is worth noting that being a freeder comes with a certain level of social stigma, as there are those who consider them leeches on the productive segment of society. Although surveys have found this opinion to be rare among Earthen, they have similarly found that many more Earthen perceive their fellow Earthen to hold this opinion than the number truly do. Much research has been performed to determine whether the Work for All Act and the creation of freeder as a formal profession has benefited society, and the results have been positive. Freeders who were previously needs, despite the social stigma of their profession, report as feeling happier and more fulfilled than prior to their employment. The world economy also benefited slightly, as converted needs began earning higher incomes for themselves, which enabled them to make more use of the goods and services produced by others. In fact, despite much of the work done by freeders not being considered economically useful, the results have had positive effects on their own. In areas where work for freeders was created, maintaining parks, cleaning sidewalks, acting as crossing guards, helping the infirm and elderly, the overall ratings of quality of life among residents improved. It is therefore the popular opinion among those informed on the topic that freeders are of benefit to society, and that as a valid profession as any other. I guess so, sir. Does the government actually censor any information? It does, although it would be a crime for me to reveal what exactly, not to mention a danger. I nod and the rest of the class utters their agreement. Picking up where I left off, those needs were also hermits, living deliberately outside of society. They were considered expendable and thus were chosen to be sent off into worlds unknown. I see, that's fair. These people became the first mediators. When confronted with the conflict and strife of other worlds, they were compelled to help. Their resolutions in turn lowered the chaotic energies emitted from those rescued planes. As for what chaotic energies are and why we care about them, that I'll save for the end of the day. For now, I shall lecture you all on the finer details of the first mediators. We do just that. It's a surprisingly pleasant experience. I like this, Mr. Penn. My next class is Social Studies. I assume it's largely concerned with other worlds rather than our own. I've already spent a great many years studying our society. Hey, I'm Hayden Argyle. You can call me Hayden. I'm your social studies teacher. I also work as a mentor and teach technology. That's your class after this one. Tom Martins, that's you. You, Tom. Tell me what the average citizen of Earth is like. Law-abiding, good-natured, and level-headed. That's right. This is a planet of do-gooders. Don't get used to it, though, since there's no other world like it in all existence. Kids, the people on other worlds, or systems, I guess, they're bastards, kids. It's amazing. They literally can't get along. Even if plenty of them do, there's always one or two prepared to bring it all down. It's the one thing that's consistent throughout all planes but ours. You all know the term war? Class mobile some yes. It's an ancient term used to describe immense battles between members of opposing societies. These days, only animals like ants go to war. It's conflict. It's a term applied to the barbaric and beastly. As humans of Earth, our natural state is peace. The people of other worlds have a natural state of war. They desire conflict, and they can't live without it. To put it simply, we're the exception to the rule of existence. Our utopia works because we all naturally want it to. If we set up a utopia like ours in any other world, elements would exist to keep it imperfect, or worse, destroy it. Maybe at the top, corruption would be present. Maybe a person would become restless and start killing. Maybe a revolution would take place. Who knows, but it would definitely be something. They're twisted. There's unfortunately only so much I can tell you about them today, though, and we only meet Unday, Triday, and Quinday. So I guess I'll try to encourage your understanding of war. So if you don't understand this, 1 day, 3 day, 5 day. So they don't have normal days like us, they have numbered days. It's usually a hard concept to grasp, and none of you are promising students. Starting from the right, kids, turn to your left. That's your partner. Hold their hand, but keep your thumb up. I do so, also introducing myself. My partner is Laura. Melissa Orson. Hello, yeah, come down here. Melissa walks up to the teacher. Class, observe. This is a children's game prevalent throughout many worlds. It's called a thumb war. Melissa, your hand. Okay, first we go 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war, while passing our thumbs over one another. Melissa and Hayden do this. When that's done, we clash with our thumbs. The objective is to pin the other person's thumb for 3 seconds. Melissa, go back to your partner. Alright, go ahead, class. Laura and I do battle. She's a surprisingly deft opponent. I quickly find myself trying to play a mind game with her, dancing my thumb around trying to tempt her to attack. Even when I manage to get her down once, it quickly becomes clear that even suppressing my opponent is quite difficult. Ultimately, I am defeated. Both of us laugh and return our attention to the front. Was that fun? Agreement is unanimous. It was. Great. Then allow me to do some mental gymnastics. Often this game is done to come to a decision between two parties. Real war is done for more or less the same reason. That might seem quite ludicrous to you, since what disagreement could be worth sacrificing human lives over, right? But consider this. What if you believed human lives to be worthless? If that were the case, then what wouldn't it be worth going to war over, assuming you thought you could win? I'm simplifying, but it's often a truth that the people who rule in these worlds don't get too bothered about the loss and suffering of those below them. And they are even less bothered by the loss and suffering of their enemies. Seriously? Oh, are they ever not bothered? Some of the stuff I've seen would make you lose your lunch just hearing about it. But anyway, war is far more complicated than what I'm making it out to be. I just wanted to enlighten you all a bit today. I guess we'll continue by expanding on to the intricacies of war. I'll keep the more gruesome details away for now. First, let's talk about territory rights. The classes turned out to be very eye-opening. I'm not sure if I like that. Hayden seems to be pretty cool, though.